Kata Amerika, dunia Arab berusaha perang tidak meluas.
We're now heading back to the Middle East. This is the fourth time since October 7th that I'll be in the region. And we'll be there at what remains an incredibly difficult time for the region in the wake of the October 7th attacks on Israel. As we've said from day one, we have an intense focus on preventing this conflict from spreading. We will focus on the steps that remain to make sure that October 7th never happens again, and that we get on a path to a sustainable, peaceful, secure future for everyone. That starts with the work that's going to be necessary in Gaza itself to rebuild, to have security, to have Palestinian-led governance, and it goes to the longer path, the broader path, toward durable peace and security for Israelis and Palestinians alike.
Saudara, ada kabar baik dari hasil lawatan Menteri Luar Negeri Amerika Serikat Antony Blinken ke sejumlah negara Arab pada 5 hingga 10 Januari 2024. Negara-negara berpengaruh bagi Israel seperti Arab Saudi, Uni Emirat Arab dan Yordania setuju untuk mencegah konflik meluas di Timur Tengah.
Nice to see you.
Israel menjadi negara terakhir yang dituju Blinken yang berdarah Yahudi ini. Blinken menginformasikan rangkuman lawatannya kepada Perdana Menteri Netanyahu dan juga Menteri Kabinet Perang Israel Benny Gantz dan Presiden Isaac Herzog.
As always, we greatly value the President's leadership in these incredibly challenging times for Israel, for countries in the region, and especially for people who continue to suffer. I've just come from a number of countries in the region, Turkey, Greece, Jordan, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and I want to be able to share some of what I heard from those leaders with the President as well as with the Prime Minister and the Cabinet later today. And of course we'll have an opportunity to sit with the families of some of the hostages and discuss our relentless efforts to bring everyone home and back with their families. And
I think it's very important to remember that everyone has choices to make, and that includes Hamas. Hamas could have ended this on October 8th by not hiding behind civilians, by putting down its weapons, by surrendering, by releasing the hostages. None of the suffering would have happened if Hamas did what it did on October 7th and had it made different decisions thereafter. So it's very important to keep that in perspective. And again, this could end tomorrow if Hamas makes those decisions.
We've just finished our third day of a trip that thus far has taken us from Turkey to Greece, to Jordan, to Qatar, to the United Arab Emirates, to here in Saudi Arabia. Everywhere I went, I found leaders who were determined to prevent the conflict that we're facing now from spreading, doing everything possible to deter escalation, to prevent a widening of the conflict. We also talked about the future for this region. And I think there's broad agreement on a few basic objectives. First, that Israel and Israelis should be able to live in peace and security, free from the fear of terrorist attacks or aggression from any of their neighbors. Second, that the West Bank and Gaza should be united under Palestinian-led governance. Third, the future of the region needs to be one of integration, not division and not conflict. And fourth, for that to happen, we need to see the establishment of an independent Palestinian state. Now, no one I talk to thinks any of this will be easy. all recognize the hurdles, and no one thinks that anything will happen overnight. But we agreed to work together and to coordinate our efforts to help Gaza stabilize and recover, to chart a political path forward for the Palestinians, and to work toward long-term peace, security, and stability in the region as a whole.
Blinken juga sempat melihat gudang program pangan dunia WFP yang membantu kebutuhan di Gaza.
The efforts right here to collect and distribute food to people in need are absolutely essential, and it's very good to see this operation and the work that's being done. We are intensely focused on the very difficult and indeed deteriorating food situation for men, women, and children in Gaza, and something that we're working on 24/7. The United States has worked from day one to open access routes into Gaza to get assistance to people who need it. We continue to work on that every single day, not only to keep the routes open, but to multiply them and to maximize them, to try to get more food, more assistance to more people more effectively. We have been a very proud supporter of the World Food Program. In fact, the United States provides about 50% of the World Food Program's budget.
Saudara, fakta Israel bersyukur Arab Saudi, kiblat dunia Islam dunia, tidak ingin konflik Israel meluas. Hal ini sangat penting sebab kini kita bisa menilai siapa yang menghendaki konflik dan perang di Timur Tengah. Tak lain adalah Iran, melalui kaki tangannya di Gaza, Lebanon, Suriah, dan Yaman. Semoga video ini menambah informasi agar penonton YouTube Fakta Israel cerdas dalam geopolitik. Bebaskan Sandra sekarang juga. Salam damai dari Fakta Israel.